Anthony Fauci's final press briefing turned into a shouting match Tuesday when reporters became frustrated with their questions being ignored on the origins of COVID-19.
She has a valid question. She's asking about the origin of COVID.
I hear the question.
And Dr. Fauci is the best person to answer.
I hear your question, but we're not doing this the way you want it. This is the disrespectful. It is. I'm done. Simon, I'm done. Simon, I'm done. I'm done with you right now.
White House spokesperson Karine Jean-Pierre was speaking to Simon Ateba, a correspondent from Today News Africa. The press conference quickly descended into a free-for-all as newsmen and women begin yelling questions at the secretary and Fauci. They claimed the same reporters were called on and they were being ignored. Jean-Pierre kept repeating, "We have a process here. I'm not calling on people who yell." Tim.
Greg, right now let's talk with America's youngest conservative journalist who founded the Truth Gazette when he was only 11 years old, the editor-in-chief himself, Brilyn Hollyhand. Brilyn, thanks for being with us today. Happy Thanksgiving to you and your family. What do you think of Press Secretary shutting down those questions to Dr. Fauci again on the COVID origins?
You know, first we had Circleback Psaki, and now this new press secretary, she just shuts everything down. She's not even addressing the question or even taking the question, and she's not even considering to, go back and send the reporters an answer later. I think what you see here is the Biden administration trying to cover up for their friends in the CCP. Biden always, boasts about how close he is with the president of China, if you want to call him a president. But I think this is them trying to cover for them. The government has not given us answers for COVID origins. It's been, 2+ years now. We still have nothing. I think these are very valid questions to ask. I've asked these questions to the Biden White House. I've sent emails. I've gotten zero response. I've made phone calls just yesterday asking these same questions. I've got zero response. Americans deserve answers. Americans want answers to this. Our country was shut down for, again, 2+ years here with lockdowns, and we deserve to know the origins of this.
Now, let's talk about Kevin McCarthy's trip to the southern border. Do you think his call for Mayorkas to resign is a warning to him that the new House is going to come after him?
Absolutely. I think this should be a warning and a wake-up call to Mayorkas. I mean, he's been secretary for almost 2 years now, over 2 years. And he's had 2 years to get control of this border, and he has not. He's gone under congressional testimony. He's claimed that the border is secure. We all know that's a flat lie. If you've been to the border and you saw the pictures yesterday from McCarthy's trip, this is awful. This is not how America should be. We should be a nation of borders, letting anybody in, but not just walking across illegally. This country is obviously not in a good situation right now. And the first root cause of this can be the border. Kamala Harris wants to talk about root causes. So I think this is a great move by McCarthy. I think he should 100%, ask for his resignation. But if he doesn't resign within, I'd say the first 100 days of the House will have control of the Republican, I say that, we ask for his termination and then we terminate his position with articles of impeachment.
And we mentioned off the top, you're 16 years old. You're still very young. Do you talk to a lot of people your age group that agree with some of the things that you're talking about here today?
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, you have the AOCs and people like that in Congress who are claiming that my generation is, completely wacko liberal and, all this socialist stuff, but that's not true. I travel the country and I talk to people my age, and I'm in class with people my age. And the majority of my generation, Gen Z, they're waking up and they're seeing what's going on in this country. At first you have these socialists that are throwing free everywhere. And, young kids or college kids are like, oh, free, that's great. I'm going to go with this party. But they've seen what's going on with the country. They've seen the Biden-Kamala administration of, high inflation, high gas prices and, the uncontrolled border right now. And we see what's going on. So my generation's waking up and we're going to be ready next time to, rise and have this army.
Brilyn, this is Greg Stevens. Not many people get into journalism at age 11. What sparked you to launch the Truth Gazette?
Yes, so this is the 5-year anniversary of the Truth Gazette. I started when I was 11. I'm 16 now. I started in July of 2017, really with the goal of fighting fake news media. I just sparked an interest in politics around the 2016 presidential election, and I'd waited a few months for having did my toes in the water, and I finally said, look, I'm fed up. I'm fed up with the media not covering what's going on in the Trump administration. I'm fed up with the media just trying to sugarcoat what's going on in America because it was not a good situation at the time. And I said, if the adults aren't going to do it, I'm going to have to step in and do it. So I founded the Truth Gazette, and here we are 5 years later.
Well, we agree with you. There are 50 former intelligence officers who signed a document declaring Hunter Biden's laptop as, quote, Russian disinformation. Now CBS News has verified, guess what? It's real. So what should happen to those 50 experts?
I don't think we should consider them experts anymore. I think that Any titles or credentials that they still have as intelligence officers should be stripped away. They did a real disservice to the American people. This is real disinformation. The left wants to talk about Russian disinformation and misinformation all the time. This really could have potentially changed the outcome of the 2020 presidential election. If Americans knew what was really going on, with this Hunter Biden laptop story, the really shady deals between, Joe Biden, the CCP, and all these other governments, the outcome could have been different in 2020. So people want to talk about, situations like that. That really could have changed that. All you had was the New York Post at the time talking about this, and now that Politico and all these other outlets have confirmed it, it really does show what's going on. So,
Brilyn, where can people get more of your views and analysis?
The TruthGazette.com. That's where everything is. That's my website. You can also go to my Twitter, Truth_Gazette. I'm on Facebook, Instagram, all the rest. But yeah, I had an interview with Michael Knowles come out yesterday. We talk about the midterms and religious freedoms, liberties across the country. That's on the TruthGazette.com as well. So all my content will be on there, and I'd love to have your viewers join us.
Well, I encourage them to do so. Watch this young man. He's going places. Thank you for being with us today on Victory.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Happy Thanksgiving.
And to you. Fior?